What's up, troops? And today we are in Rochester Castle. I know it's just a staircase behind me, but I promise there is a castle up there. So without further ado, let's go up. So as you can hear behind me, it is very windy, but there's Rochester Castle over there. So you have a good view of the Thames. That's why they built Rochester Castle, and well, it is the tallest keep in the whole of England, or was. So, very stunning, beautiful view. We have a bunch of ground to look at, and in my school I've been recently looking at Rochester, so I know all the facts. Like, somewhere around here was where they burnt down the whole, like, of the towers with 40 pigs, so very impressive. So now we are outside the main keep of the castle. We can see a lot has changed over the years from when it would usually be. So let me tell you some facts about Rochester Castle. So I think it was King John. I'll say if it is or not down below, but King John was coming, and he fully refreshed the castle, so made it really strong, sturdy. Went off to France and lost all the battles. That's why they nicknamed him Soft Sword. But then when he came back, the barons, since King John took all the money from them, since of how many battles they lost, the barons took over Rochester Castle, and they're here defending it with their lives. So when King John was trying to invade, he burnt down one of the towers with 40 fat pigs, and since they haven't eaten for like I don't know how many months, the smell drove them insane, and first it burnt down the tower, and also I think maybe made them kill themselves, since how insane the smell was and since I was so hungry. So it's not that big of a thing, but the staircase, people would walk up, and why there's this massive gap where you think they would have to jump to the doorway? No, it's because a drawbridge would be here to defend this part if they somehow got through the outer defences. So if they're walking up here, they wouldn't be able to make it past the drawbridge. So one fun fact about Rochester Castle. Let's go in. Ah, welcome. So we are in the castle now. We are in the constable's room. So this is the castle. This is where they hid. I think it was in the middle here they hid, where they were, the King John's army was trying to take over. So they hid in the middle for I think it was a week. I think that's what I remember. So they were hiding in the middle there, very compressed, for a whole week. Imagine how hard that would be. So we are in one of the tallest keeps in England, or it might be the tallest. So very fascinating. So now, if you follow me to this sign, we are inside the keep, as we already know. But we have lower down. I would start from the lowest to save the highest for last. So coming down, we can see a better view of down below. Not much to see since we're only up there a moment ago. Plus, I've never been here, so it's all of an experience for me. So let's carry on. Let's go through that door. Oh, hello. So, I've come through here. I've had a little look around. There isn't much to see. We can look up there and I only see the top of the keep, so there's nothing much. Unlike over there where you can walk around, you can only just look middle here. I think this is where they survived. is really small to survive for a week. So I'm not sure. I don't remember if I got the fact correct. Probably didn't. So to not keep you viewers bored, let's go up. So now we're in the cesspit, or a posh way of saying the toilets. We have gone even lower than I realised. Now we're about ground level. So if you're on the toilet, you could easily get invaded. Not great, but quite quiet as well, since there's music playing up there, and you can't even hear that. So really good. So let's go upstairs and have a look what's going on upstairs. So, as you may have discovered, you don't need to be a mastermind to know that this is the chapel. As it can say up there, the chapel. The chapel was an essential part of the building, as religion was an important part of daily life. So that's why many wars started, because of like religion and stuff like that. So mostly because of power, but some wars started because of religion. So this is the chapel, very essential. So let's move up to upper ground. Welcome. So now we're in the Great Hall. So as you can see, there's little there's little square holes for where the floor would go. So this is what would usually be the Great Hall. It is 34.5 meters tall. I learned this keep, so one of the tallest in Britain, or like I say, I think the tallest in Britain. And so yeah, very fascinating, and like rubble cemented it together to make what it is now, Rochester Castle. So as you can hear, if you have good hearing, there's music going on, tapping also. And over there, if you can hear me, there's Rochester Cathedral, since it is really windy up here since how high we're getting. And now there are more steps leading up here. So let's carry on. We are now in the other part, or the other side of Rochester Castle. And I'm sorry if it is very windy, but it is windy in live action. So here is where the other staircase would be, since there would be like staircases on like 2 towers to get up and down. So following this staircase, let's go up. The siege defence. The broken arch above you on the opposite wall is a clue to a violent period in the castle's history, the Great Siege in 1215. So that one it's been filled in, so you don't have to see how much violence it is, but that is the arch where it all came. So if you can see half an arch there, and some was cut off. That's because how violent it was. So we are at the top of Rochester Castle. As you can see around us, we can see a very big landscape. And if you can barely see over there, there's a Russian submarine which we're going to have a closer look at. Interesting to see that, but don't worry if you can't see it, we're going to have a closer look. So just stay tuned for that. So you may think graffiti's a new thing where they ruin buildings, or maybe just artwork, but no, many centuries of graffiti this is. Very weird. And it gets even weirder, well, except for the graffiti, that's not that weird. It gets weird that you can see this is a circle tower, but when you look from the outside, it's a square tower. So I don't know why they added that, but who knows. So make sure to come to Rochester Castle. It's a really great castle to enjoy looking how high it is. So make sure to come to Rochester Castle. Now over to the sub. If you are seeing, it is very wet. I'm getting very soaked. But in that last clip, since how muddy this area is, I found just a free football, so I had to trail down to get it. But enough of that. As you can see behind me, there's a submarine, and yeah, so it's a Russian submarine captured in the Cold War, trying to invade like the Medway. So I can't film that much because it's so wet, but so yeah, there's the submarine, and I think someone's living in it since there's windows and like rafts and everything else. So it's very cool, and I'm happy to see it, happy to be here. So yeah, very exciting. You can see half of that's slowly gone down. You may think, why is there a submarine when it's so shallow? I know it's a stupid idea how it's just practically been left and in a very shallow area, but I will have to get in and stop this video, so make sure to like, subscribe and comment down below.